Sometimes in this world, there are people that will impact your life greatly. And there are times that those people that do impact your life, you won't realize it till it's too late. Tragically for me, this was the case with Satoru Iwata. On July 11th, 2015, the president of Nintendo has passed away. He was only 55 years old. Thing is, he wasn't just a Nintendo president. He had a long legacy with the company and HAL Laboratories, working behind the scenes, not just as a president, but he did a lot of other things too before then. So, in this video today, I wanted to pay tribute to the man who I come to find out has brought me a lot of joy over the years, and I really had no idea he had such a hand in these things. Some of these may be bigger or smaller depending, but still, he had a hand in these things. While I never have played Earthbound, there are still quite a few other things that Iwata has done for me, and this 5 list is dedicated to him. 5 things that Satoru Iwata has done for me. This list, like the other list and future list, will not be in a particular order. So there's no ranking on this. This is just me wanting to mention 5 things that he has done for me as a gamer. Number 5. The Kirby games. Kirby, that wonderful pink fluff of adorable cuteness, the devourer of worlds. Yes, Kirby, that cute little puffball that eats everything and steals its soul, is also one of my favorite game series. The thing with Kirby you gotta keep in mind is that in the Game Boy game, he never really had the ability to inhale enemies and absorb their powers. It wasn't until the NES version that he had this ability, and one of the people behind this game was Satoru Iwata. And he actually helped work on some of the other games as well, even executive producer roles later on in the series. That and Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Adventure on the NES, and I remember Dreamland 2 for the Game Boy. Heck, I even liked the Dream Course game for Super Nintendo. I have such fond memories of renting that game and playing it. Just all the Kirby games are so fantastic, and it's something that I will truly never forget, those wonderful memories of playing those games, and anytime I go back and play them, they just put a smile on my face. Number 4. The Nintendo Wii. Yes, I know a lot of people see this system as gimmicky, but they've really brought us some great experiences. I really liked Twilight Princess, what I did get to play of it. I did like Mario Galaxy, those games are fun. Also, he was president at the time, and he helped bring over Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles and The Last Story, which was brought over by Xseed for that one, were some of my favorite games of that generation. And I never thought we would see them, but because what they had decided to do to make sure that we did get this game, I really appreciate it. And the numbers may have not matched up or aligned, they may have not seen it, but through some way or another, they made sure that we did get it. Yes, it was a retail exclusive, but still, we got it. And I'm so thankful that we did get to experience such great games. And yes, there was a lot of shovelware on the systems, but the Virtual Console was fantastic, so there were a lot of games I didn't get to play, either because I didn't have the system or the money to afford it, like Dracula X was one of my favorite Castlevania games, and if it wasn't for the Nintendo Virtual Console, I would have never discovered it. So, yeah, the Wii isn't really that bad. In fact, it actually was pretty cool. Also, mine could play GameCube games, so nice. Number 3. Nintendo Direct. Yes, this was Nintendo's little brainchild. Instead of doing press conferences, they would do random little videos throughout the year talking about their products. Now, this doesn't sound very interesting up front, does it? Sounds like, geez, this sounds kind of boring. But actually, what's really neat is they added a lot of humor to it, and they just brought a lot of joy. While a lot of people didn't care for the Nintendo Direct this year because they didn't have a lot of the games they were wanting, it was probably one of the most entertaining. They got Jim Henson's studio to make Muppets of them. There's the banana memes, where he's holding the banana. Who can forget Iwata holding the banana and saying something very spectacular? We'll always remember the please understands, and just, he really seemed to love doing these. He really did seem to love his job for the most part, but It was kind of an interesting thing to see the CEO of a company, a person you would never expect to see, a person that you expect to be so out of touch with its consumer base, but Iwata was there. He was listening. He wanted to make people happy and smile. And it showed through the directs. So thank you for giving us the directs. Those were fantastic. Number 2, Super Smash Bros. Series. I really do like the Smash Bros. Series. I know there's a point of contention whether or not they're real fighting games, but who cares? To me, they're some of the best fighting games out there, even though it's not a traditional fighting game. But regardless of that, a lot of us have played Smash Bros. A lot of us know the feeling of getting a bunch of friends together and playing that game and just having such a good, fun time, using items, weapons, no weapons. I remember when I was a kid, I really got into wrestling, and I imagined that the Smash Brothers was its own wrestling federation and pretended that all the characters had lines of dialogues. Okay, it's really crazy and out there, but it really spurred my imagination. I love the Smash Brothers series. I rented the N64 version, owned the GameCube version of Melee, loved it to death, and the series over the years has brought me great joy, and I've really, really enjoyed it. And it was one of his babies. It was one of his brainchild. Him and Sakurai, they took it and made it into something great at HAL Laboratories. And yeah, I can't forget them for that. That's been one of the best series. But there's one that had really touched me, especially when I was younger, and a series that I'll never forget. And that brings us to number 1. The Pokemon games. Now, in later years, I haven't been much of a Pokemon fan as I was when I was younger, but when I was younger, it was a big, big part of me growing up. I remember picking up Pokemon Blue, then Pokemon Red, then Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Stadium, and even Pokemon Snap, because, hey, you cannot forget a game like Pokemon Snap. Another fun fact there's actually 2 fun facts about Pokemon concerning Iwata. With Gold and Silver, he helped compress the game to not only fit the new region of the game that you're playing in, but also include the first region from the original Pokemon games. Considering that the Game Boy didn't have much memory, that was pretty impressive, especially for the time. On top of that, too, he programmed Pokemon Stadium's battle programming in 1 week. Now, I'm no programmer, guys and gals. No programmer whatsoever. But I can tell you, that's something probably most people couldn't do easily. And he pulled it off. And Pokemon Stadium was also one of my favorite games growing up. Taking your Pokemon from your red, blue, or yellow and playing them on the TV, holy crap. And it was because of him I got to experience Pokemon because of him and Nintendo. It was one of my fond memories growing up. I really got into it. I collected the cards and everything else. My gosh. Now that I really look at it, I didn't really see it before, but Satoru Iwata, thank you for making such a great impact on my life and giving me these things and giving us the opportunity to experience these things that you have had a hand in creating or have had a hand in bringing to us. So I want to say thank you, Iwata. Thank you for all the contributions you have given us. And till next time, everyone. And I will leave you with a little quote from Iwata. On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. But in my heart, I'm a gamer.
Thanks again.